We're gonna replace this tub shoe because down inside there, the cross is starting to break. We don't know where the toe tap's at, and the sides of it are starting to pit because it's made out of that junk pop metal, something sold at a hardware store. We're going to install this one, this tub shoe. It's made out of solid brass. I prefer these solid brass ones, but this particular brand, because it's a toe, it's instead of like a toe tap, they call it a press flow. It's sold by Watco. It's a Watco 901 PFCH. It's a 901 PFCH for press flow chrome. I've done another video on how to remove them without the dumbbell, and if need be, you can watch it, but I'm used to dumbbell, so make it quick and simple. So I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Let's see how it works out. Heck, I ordered just that, just the tub shoe, and this is how it came. So I guess this one's probably a 901 PFCP for chrome polish. But just that shoe and not the trip waist assembly. There's the part numbers for it. Again, it's made by not Watco. It's one of my favorite. So anyway, we can do this without replacing the whole trip waist, and that's what we're doing. Because again, that tub shoe's starting to look rough, and the cross is starting to break. So hopefully we can get it swapped out without that cross breaking all the way off. It happens to be cleaner in the bathtub, so that's why I did that. I might not be that lucky. Nope. It just finished itself off. So now we're gonna have to do the tricks, because now the center completely broke off. And again, that's what you get with these junk ones at the hardware store. So it's down in there, but it's snapped off. So at this point, you can either sawzall it, you can try to remove it with chisels, or anything. Heck, you could probably use 2 pieces of 1/2-inch black iron or galvanize or whatever. I like using chisels because they're flat on the sides, and they tend to grab a little bit better. So I'm gonna go grab those and then start the video over. So this is gonna be the first segment. Okay, we were in the middle of changing out a tub shoe. The cross in the middle snapped off. It's down inside the drain. I've done another video on this before, the easiest way to get them out when you don't have the dumbbell or the cross had snapped off. So I've got this tool made by Pasco. I think I may have given 20-25 bucks for it. It's pretty darn good. When it comes time, you know, it's a lot easier to deal with it. But if you don't have that tool, then surely to God you got some kind of pipe and at least 1 chisel. You can take the 2 chisels, put them in there, cock them almost like an X, then grab them with the channel locks and undo it. Just to show that it works, I'm going to do it on this one. Again, the reason we have to use use them is because the cross member in the middle snapped out. So I always find it easier just to go ahead and get them in the cross position anyway. And sometimes you can just take them and undo it by hand. But I put this one in, so I probably pipe doped it, and I probably cranked it down. It's been in here for about 14 years. If I can't get it out with these, then I'm gonna have to sawzall it. Outlook not so good. Try it one more time with that. Boy, I cranked that down so much that when I was putting pressure on it, it was making a tub crack and pop. So, I'm not going to fool with it no more. If I had a bigger chisel, it would work. I've done this numerous times in the last 18 years. Heck, I just did a video on it the other day. Oh, this one is in here. Oh my gosh. Now, depending on what your drain system is, or what your bathtub is, you can apply heat to these. And obviously the expanding and contraction of the metal is going to loosen it up. But God almighty, that thing was in there. I don't know if I'd ever been able to get this one out with the chisels. You know, normally the chisel trick works, but I have never had one where I've had to. One, I couldn't get it with the chisel. Two, that I had to work so hard with that special removal tool. So here's our 901 PFCP made by Watco. That piece in the middle that stops it up, my hands are wet, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out. Yep, you just grab it and give it a good tug. Now, a lot of the trip waist assemblies say not to pipe dope the shoe for that very reason, probably. It's how hard it is to get out when after it sits in there so many years. But I'll put a little bit on it. This is a soft set pipe sealant. It's not necessarily made for this application. It's Gasola. You normally use it in like gasoline applications, or any application where there's the gas fluid or some kind of fluid that can deteriorate or eat the pipe sealant. But it's a soft set, and it's what I had handy, so that's what I'm going to use. I do like putting pipe sealant on the tub shoe because it makes it a little easier to get the threads started, and of course it makes it easier for it to tighten down and all that. So because it's a metal to plastic thread, the trip waist assemblies and all glue, I always go backwards a couple times until I feel it kind of set in that sweet spot, and there it went, it just clicked. And of course then after that it's just a matter of tightening it down. Now, obviously, I had that other one way too tight. And that one's made out of a pot metal, where this one's a brass. And it's a metal to connection, or I mean metal to plastic connection. They don't seize up in the sense that a metal to metal connection does. So I had that thing cranked in there. And I normally will tighten them down pretty good. But if you can get it to a point where your putty is coming out and it's, you know, paper thin, then you've got it squished down pretty good. Another thing to keep in mind, you know, I put that pipe sealant on them threads. If this putty connection don't seal, it don't matter how much pipe sealant you put on the threads, it's going to leak. There's two different seals on a trip waist assembly. Your putty that you put on the bottom of it, and then on the bottom side there's a fat rubber gasket that goes against the bathtub, and then you've got the 90 of the trip waist. So your putty and that 90 on the bottom side are your seals. But that pretty much concludes the tutorial. We've got the new brass one in there, and then there's our stopper. That's it. You don't have the toe tap for your legs to hit while the bathtub's full, and of course you just do that to drain. I prefer these. If you ever lose this, it's got threads in the bottom, so you can convert it over to a toe tap. So those are by far one of my favorites. Thanks for watching.